Good day all, welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we have for your viewing pleasure a 1989 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe. If you're gonna buy a Thunderbird from this era, this is the one to have, no doubt about it. They had moved away from doing the turbos at this point and were supercharging the 3.8 V6s, and that's what this has got lying under the hood. To make that a little nicer, I'll give you a little hint now. It's 5-speed, and on top of that, it has just over 10,000 miles on the odometer. And boy, does it look like it. Comes to us dressed in a stunning blue metallic. It is a respray, but it is a nice one. Looks nice and deep and even. Not a perfect paint job, but a very, very nice one. And up front here, you can see straight away, look at these headlight covers. Crystal clear, perfectly bright. Nothing tells the age of a car like those headlight covers. These look fabulous. Front bumper's in great shape. As you can see, fog lights down under the front. The blue paint's everywhere. It's on the front bumper. It's all over the car. The only real delineations are a black molding strip that runs the length of the body. You'll see it go on down there. And a little bit of black trim on the windows and door handles. Other than that, it is an all blue car. You got dual side mirrors. You can see here the window trim is black. And it carries up onto the roof line and flows back over to the rear of the vehicle here. And aside from that, it is just all blue and beautiful. It's got four-wheel disc brakes hiding behind these factory aluminum rims, which are in excellent condition. Topped off with some Goodyear Eagle VR60 tires. Body's nice and straight. Gaps are all perfect on it. Still looks like a factory-produced car. You'll see here it has touchpad keyless entry, a sign of the times from the late 80s, early 90s. As we move back to the rear of the Thunderbird, you'll see straight away that the taillight lenses look just as beautiful and crystal clear as the ones up front. On the rear bumper, we've got a little indentation for the Thunderbird SC, just to let people know what they're up against at a traffic light. And down underneath, you got dual rear exhaust. Kind of hard to see from here. Empties out right up there. So no chrome tips or anything, but it is a dual exhaust car. While I'm back in the rear here, I'm going to go ahead and open up the trunk for you. And inside the trunk, nice, carpeted, looks like new. We've got a set of factory carpeted blue floor mats for inside. A big shop manual, and that's the real deal shop manual. And underneath this pad, you'll see an original spare and factory jack hiding underneath there. Just bone stock and looking nice. Passenger side of the car looks just as nice as the driver's. Again, we got them really nice bright alloy rims. Same tires on all four corners. And those are 16-inch on those wheels, a little bit bigger, really fill out the wheel wells. You can see up front here is power antenna, and that does work. I'll show you that once we get inside the vehicle. And now that we're back up front, I'll pause briefly. We'll get this hood open, and we'll be right back. And we are back under the hood of the 1989 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe. And we're staring at what is one absolutely impeccably clean and factory stock engine bay. Everywhere you look is so clean, so factory. It looks like it literally just rolled off the showroom floor back in '89. You'll see we've got a nice underhood light, comes on as soon as the hood pops up, and the hood glides up with ease thanks to these hydraulic struts that are on here. Nice alternative to spring-loaded. As we start to really get a look at the engine, first thing that draws my eye is that supercharger intake there, mounted up on top of a 3.8 liter V6 engine, fuel injected. Here's our pulley for the supercharger. Let's see over here to the left, it is a factory air conditioned car, and that air blows nice and ice cold. It is a power steering as well as a power brake car. As I mentioned before, it's got 4-wheel disc brakes on all 4 corners. You can see the automatic ride control here on the shock towers, and it offers you the choice of either automatic or firm, so you have a choice of the way you can have the car feel as you drive it. I'd like to bring your attention to some of the stampings and stickers and little factory markings that are on the car. It is really, really clean. There's no dust, no dirt, no grime anywhere you look. You could pull up at any car show and pop this hood and people are going to stare in amazement at how pretty this looks. That 3.8 liter V6 has made it up to a factory 5-speed manual transmission, which then goes back to an 8.8 Ford rear end with 2.73 gears, limited slip differential, so it will put the power down. It is a car you could do a burnout with. Can't wait for you to hear that engine once I fire it up. Runs nice and smooth. Sounds a little docile out of the tailpipes until you hit that accelerator. Once that supercharger kicks in, it's a whole different experience. I've been waiting to show you this interior. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's like stepping into a time capsule and going back to 1989. First thing we'll take a look at is the driver's door panel. Both driver and passenger door panels are in similar condition. Both show no wear. Very clean. You can see here we've got power mirrors, power windows, power locks, so the big trio. Little cubby to put your stuff. And look at the armrest, just no wear at all on there. Very nice. The driver's seat and all the seats in similar condition. They never look sat in. The bolster looks totally unworn. The seat in incredible condition. No stains, no rips, no tears, nothing. Very, very nice. And a quick note here on the seats, both front passenger and driver's seat are full power with lumbar adjustment and bolster adjustment. A real nice extra. And these bolsters really give it a racing kind of feel. It almost feels like you're sitting in a Corvette. Looking into the back seat, we've got seating for 3 with a fold down armrest. Nice and comfortable. It looks like nobody's ever sat back there. Up above, a nice tight headliner. You can see all the courtesy lights working. And there's that 5-speed shifter. Let's hop on in. Once you're in the car, you can see it does have the automatic shoulder restraint. And if you look down here, there's a shoulder restraint. You can move it all the way up here and latch it in, and it will automatically move itself over when you enter the car. Myself, I don't prefer to use those, so for the sake of this, we've got it unconnected. In between these 2 seats, you'll find a center console with the ubiquitous storage box armrest combo. This one, however, has a ton of spaces to put cassettes above the storage box itself. Here's our controls for the fog lamps and for the ride control. Like I mentioned, firm and auto are your 2 choices. You can see a leather-wrapped e-brake and a leather-wrapped shifter for the 5-speed with a nice boot cover on it as well. Passenger seat looks just as nice as the driver's, as does the door card, like I mentioned. Carpets are in excellent condition. Still factory, still blue, and still gorgeous. No stains, they look real nice. The dash itself is crack-free. You can see the vinyl pad across here. No cracks, and in excellent condition. On the passenger side, it does have this little storage area. You just slide it back. You can put mail or keys or something, cassette tapes or whatever in there, and just slide it back over and close it. Down in the glove box, this is a real special treat. The actual dealer pamphlet, and inside you can see here it's even got the original salesperson's card. It does have the owner's manual right here, and we have some hang tags from the vehicle when it was new. There's one. Here's another one. And these were all things that would have been hanging in the car when it was new and delivered to its first owner. And it's just really cool stuff to have. Most of the time those things are long gone by now, but somebody saved it, and I think they saved it just for you. Moving back over and focusing on the dash, you'll see down here, this is still the late 1980s. We've got an ashtray and a lighter. And here are the climate controls. They work great. Hot heat, cold air, max AC right there. Real strong fan. The fan will blow your hair back. Rear defrost as well. And it's very easy to use, very straightforward, simple. Up above, this car was born with the nice premium sound system. Unfortunately now, everything fires up on it. It does power up. The antenna works. You can change channels on it. But the volume knob seems to be stuck at 0. It just will not increase the volume to give you sound. We don't know why. Although the way it's put in here, you could easily put in an aftermarket stereo in its place. Over on the gauge cluster, move the phone in nice and tight here so you can see 10,308 actual miles on her. And in the center, a boost gauge for the supercharger, right next to your tack. All the gauges do work just as they should. Ahead of the driver, a nice 4-spoke steering wheel with good hand feel and controls for the cruise control. Peeking through back here, you can see it does have intermittent wipers that work just as they should. And your headlights, it has an automatic timer for delay on the shutoff of the headlamps, which is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and fire this awesome Super Coupe up. I'm excited for you to hear it, and we'll run through some of the functions real quick. Have you noticed I'm not using a foot down here? Don't need to, it's a fuel injected car. See up here with the gauges, everything hopped right to. Temperature's down at bone 0. It was a nice cold start. See everything working. Over on the stereo, I'll show you what I was talking about. It's powered up right now. Here's the power button. Show you power off, power on. It will look for stations, and it'll find them, but there's no volume. Volume doesn't do anything, not up, not down. The antenna does work, and I'll show you out the window here. Look right in the center of the screen, you'll see the antenna go up, and you'll see the antenna come down. Just no volume. And again, it's a 35-year-old stereo. We just can't explain it. Looking down here at the climate controls, I'll go ahead and set this back to low. Max AC, and listen to the force of this air as it comes out. It will freeze you out of the car, no doubt about it. Nice and cold. Over here, rear defrost. You can see it works as well. There is a lot to love about this Super Coupe. Hop out and let you get a listen to it. I wish that I could rev the car while I put the phone up to the rear exhaust. Sounds like a sewing machine out front, ticking right along. As we move to the rear, I'll give you a little listen to the tailpipes. Though it's rather subdued for such a sporty car. Once you hit that supercharger though, you'll definitely hear it start to whine. Folks, if you've got any questions at all about this 1989 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe, give us a call. Here at Cruisin' Classics, our number is 614-276-7355. Happy to answer any questions you got about this particular ride or any other we have in stock. We can help you out getting it financed. We can help you out getting it transported from our garage to your garage in a covered carrier. Again, happy to answer any questions you've got about it. Give us a call. Here in Columbus at Cruisin' Classics, we're at 614-276-7355. Where today we've got this 89 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe with only 10,000 actual miles on it and a 5-speed with a 3.8 V6 supercharged. What more could you ask for? This is the best of the 80s right here. Folks, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back again tomorrow with something else cool.